Hello friends, it is Teacher Julian. Today we are going to make musical instruments for our music and movement activities. You can use these activities anytime we have music and movement, so let's get started. So I looked all around my house and I found some materials that were just laying around, and I figured this is what we could make our musical instruments out of. So today we'll be making a drum, a guitar or a zither, a shaker, or a maraca. So these are going to be made out of things I just found around the house. So here we go. First off, I found an empty coffee can. Now this one has a lid, so automatically if you wanted to use this as a drum, I found 2 pencils or 2 chopsticks, and you could just put these using the chopsticks, or you can use your hand. I also found some old disinfecting wipes. You can use this cylinder right here. Just depends on the sound that you're trying to get out of it. So you remember our coffee can, I had mine with the lid on it, but if you didn't have a lid or you just had a different kind of can, you could always use a piece of plastic. I cut this one out of a recyclable shopping bag. I cut it in a square, just enough to fit over our top, just like that. Used a rubber band and wrapped it around till it was kind of tight. Pulled down on the sides to make it flat. See how I made it flat on the top? Now you can either with your hand or with your pretty good. So next up, I figured we will make our guitar or our zither. So I'm just using a regular Kleenex box, emptied, and I removed all of that little plastic stuff. You want to have a box with a hole in it. So you could use a regular box, just make sure you cut some kind of a hole in it for the sound to come out of. So once again, I'm going back to our rubber bands. And I have a very tiny rubber band. I'm just going to stretch it enough to go over. Next up is my next size up rubber band. And I put that on here. Next up is our little bit bigger. Put it right there. See how we're going? 1, 2, 3. Lastly is my bigger, looser one. Oops, that one broke. So luckily I have a backup. So now I have 1, 2, 3, 4 rubber bands on here. But if I go like this, that doesn't sound good at all. So what you want to do is you want to get 2 pencils. One pencil will go here on that side right there. The next pencil will go up here and go on that side. Now, what sound do you think it's going to make when we do this? Is it going to sound all yucky like it did before? Let's find out. Make some music. You can use different size rubber bands, more rubber bands, less rubber bands, and experiment to see until you get the sound exactly you like. Just be careful that you don't put it too tight, because you might do what Teacher Julian just did and broke a rubber band. It's okay. Zither or guitar. Last, we'll make our maraca or our shaker. Now, I've brought different materials, like an empty plastic drinking bottle, like for water or juice. I have, remember like during Easter time, those little plastic eggs? You can have one of these right here, 2 pieces. I also have these little small cylinders. They used to hold film in them, but they're cylinders. And you can hear that this one makes a nice rattling noise. This one right here. One of them sounds loud. One of them sounds softer. Guess what's inside of them? Well, if you guessed that this one had popcorn in it, the unpopped little kernels. Oops, let me figure out how to do this. Well, if you guessed that this one, the loud one, had popcorn in it, you're correct. And if you guessed that the other one had rice, you'd be correct. They have different sounds. Very gentle, a little bit more harsh. When you make your maraca, choose whatever sound you want to make. If you want a loud sound, put something hard in it. Experiment to see what will make the different sounds. So next, I'm going to make my egg shaker, or my egg maraca. 2 pieces right here, and I'm going to add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 paper clips. Put the lid on. I heard it snap. What do you think about that? Is that loud enough for you? If it is, 5 would be perfect. If not, you could always add more. I have a full box of paper clips here. So if you wanted to, you could just make sure that you put a piece of tape so they don't fly open. Use that for a shaker. Lastly, our water bottle shaker. You could use the same thing. Although, today, I'm going to try and use pennies. 1, 2, 3. For me, 3 pennies is enough. Pretty good. So, with our water bottle, I decided, you know what? Let's try something. We have the pennies in it. 1, 2, 3 pennies. Let's try the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 paper clips. What happens if we add the popcorn and we're going to push the envelope here, the rice. So I tried every single one of our ingredients to put into our shaker. I wonder what it's going to sound like. Ready? 1, 2, 3. I really like that. That's pretty cool. And if you look at it, it looks pretty cool because it has all of our different things. So I'm excited to see what you come up with for your musical instrument. Take a picture, send it in. So there you have it. 3 musical instruments for our music and movement activity. Go make something. Go have a parade. Let me know what musical instrument you've made. Alright, this is Teacher Julian saying goodbye till next time.